What is up, everybody? It is bar fight time. Sage, Ron, you guys ready?
Yeah,
Oh,
I am
are we ever?
super ready.
We got like the match of the season right here. This is basedinc versus Pasca. Honestly, the winner of this match very well could be the MVP of the season. The players are ready, the bands are in, and everyone's just, waiting with
I'm on the
bated
edge of my
breath to
seat.
get started.
Sweet. Well, tell us what
Like,
are our bands.
we've been talking about we've been talking about having this match on stream on Tuesday Night Bar Fight for the past like 3 weeks now, and it has come true. And their records are the same. It is incredible.
Yeah,
Is
it's
crazy.
awesome. So on base side, we have Demon Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, and Warrior. On Pasca's side, we have Demon Hunter, Druid, Priest, and Warrior. Based is banning Pasca's Warrior, and Pasca is banning Based's Demon Hunter.
Wow. That seems pretty standard, though a little surprising seeing the warrior get left up.
Yeah, a little bit interesting to see that we had a little bit of a difference of opinion between these two players. Generally, we've been seeing a ton of warrior bans, but honestly, the second ban that's common is the Demon Hunter ban. So it's not too out there, but we'll see how the strategy is going to pay off for both players.
I'm just shocked we don't see a
It
single
looks
hunter.
Like they just started up too.
And I just gave them the go-ahead, so
Sweet.
these players are just about to get underway.
Yes, we will be having Pasca on the bottom. Oops.
All right, well then I'll have based on the bottom just to change perspective.
Always
Pasca,
good plan.
Yeah, Pasca on the bottom, based on the top. First matchup, we're going to see Druid for Pasca versus Rogue for base.
All right, so this plays in Pasca's favor, catching the Rogue with the Druid early.
Whoa! Look at this from Pasca, though.
This is a full keep from base.
Yeah,
that is a
interesting.
good
Rank the numbers.
See that Pasca is not running a typical spell druid. This looks more like Big Druid or Big Druid, one of those.
It does.
And we've got base leading off with Spy Mistress on 1. If you're able to do it as Rogue, I would recommend it.
Pasca just using the breath
really good
for card draw, which is never what you really want to be doing.
And the strength in numbers right away is sort of the giveaway. This is not your typical spell druid, so Based already might be a little bit surprised with what she's seeing here.
Based holding back on the stealth, just that way if she top decks a Sage, she can go ahead and play it and get the card draw off of it, and that way it doesn't just get removed, and perfectly on time.
Although,
Wow.
yeah, it looked like the plan instead was, because she has the Shadow Step and a Lackey, to just go in with charging up a massive questing adventurer. One of Rogue's main ways to beat Druid is this play right here.
Oh my god, is that what I think it is?
She
It's
may
a
decide to
Grizzled
leave
Wizard.
this stealthed.
I think
That
so.
is a
I think
Grizzled
you do.
Wizard.
Oh no!
Look at that angry, badass Santa Claus. And
Oh my.
Moarg.
Bog Beam kills the questing adventurer now. Oh my god.
Yeah, Moarg might create a lot of problems.
That was really unfortunate.
That's a brutal pull for Based, and she's gonna get the bad news here in just a moment, we expect. Pasca could use a Wrath to kill this, a Bog Beam. He even has options for how he wants to kill the questing because of that Moarg pull.
That was really.
I'm
so sorry, Based.
Yeah, I don't want to say a disaster for base, but it's not great.
And on base side, I did like the move of holding back this Spy Mistress from attacking, since it does let the Greyheart Sage be active for card draw on the next turn. She used a lot of cards, so this is refill. And now Based gets the bad news. That's going to be
interesting.
3-mana Bog Beam killing a 6/6.
Interesting. Pasca decides to keep the 2/4 on board.
Ooh.
Likely just wanting to use it against Based for more removal.
I think now you go in with the 4/1, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you've waited.
Yeah,
You've
it
gotten,
served
the
its
value off of
purpose.
it.
Now it's time to push some damage.
Second strength in numbers when you haven't played a single minion on your first one is not optimal.
On Pasca's side, this Wrath's presenting a pretty good target for that Spy Mistress and card draw. Looks like he wants to do that. And still waiting to do anything consequential with this deck.
And all this removal becoming really, really premium with this Moog on the board. I'm
Definitely.
sure Base would really love it if Pasca would just play something for the Moog to trade in and die. But Pasca's probably just going to leave it alive.
At this
so we
point,
can
it's a
keep
realistic
moving it.
consideration to hit face with the Moarg and seal fade it. But with the option to play Miscreant, get more lackeys, I mean, it's already done its damage to your own board. At this point, you may just want to save it as the 2/4, which she agrees.
Plus, you're at the point where you've drawn out most of the removal from Pasca anyways.
Yeah,
Not too
Pasca
much more
still
to
with
upgrade.
nothing really to do in terms of developing. Just about to hit the power turrets. So we'll see if Based is able to put on enough pressure.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice board drop.
That is a big minion.
I'm trying to imagine what would this game look like right now if that Moog hadn't been pulled off of that line.
I think there's a good chance Pasca would just be dead by this point.
Yeah,
Or
I
very
think
low.
it just would have been a blowout win.
Siamot probably...
Not really much choice, but just playing a Siamot.
Yeah.
Pasca can Iron Bark it and give it a little bit more
I think you might have to. Yeah.
attack and health. It also gets taunt, so you don't even need to choose taunt as an ability. Wind Fury Rush, Wind Fury Divine Shield.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
wide
you,
open,
Pasca.
wide open to the flick that is
flick,
sitting here
though.
in
The
base
flick
hand.
or
Does she decide to use it?
the Seal Fate will also deal 6 to it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wow.
Maybe saving flick for lethal then.
Yeah. Seal Fate does 6. Eviscerate would have also done 8 to it. Base is flooded with options here.
Very, very good play from Based here. Also getting
And
presented with
now
a
the
combo
more.
lackey as well. Max damage would be... Oh, okay. Gonna trade the Moarg now, so can't be punished any further by it on your board.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep. And yeah,
Do we
we'll
see
probably
anything else hit the board? Is this just going to be another dagger? Maybe putting some more pressure? Base doesn't feel the need to commit any further to this board. And we can see basically whatever Pasca plays, that's game over. Oh,
If it's not
actually,
taunt.
no, it can summon something here. Oh, and what a draw.
Oh, wow.
Would have been game over.
Yeah, very good minion from Pasca.
I will act as your scaled dragon.
And Base choosing not to use the flick on anything yet.
Well, I think she's gonna wait until it is lethal. I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
And we also don't know yet if Based runs a sap in her deck. Definitely wanted to isolate to probably hit the buff on the 3/9 for a cleaner trade. Couldn't find it, instead choosing to evolve after the trade.
Not the best 5-drop in the world, but it's still
Buff up
healed
the
it for
minions
3.
slightly. Considering the taunt on the Cobalt's Falcon, the shield does die on board, and if you buff the shield further, it wouldn't die to the scrapyard. Interesting that she chose this pick here. But mainly looked like she just wanted to get cards out of her hand so she could drop the Galacron.
I wonder if we're
That's
just
a
gonna
Winged
see.
Guardian.
If I was Pasca, I'd probably just heal my face here.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes a lot of sense. Just get the heal while you can. Almost complete that other side quest. And we can see with the other scrapyard in hand, with turn 10 incoming, Flick could have been a devastating play, but Base just still wanting to play that Galacron out, get the value, and not the best hits here.
Yeah, those were 4 pretty hard misses from Base's point of view.
And Eviscerate cleans up a 7-4 pretty well. Probably disappointed to not be able to send that face, but still gets to push a reasonable amount of damage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tank the 7 and then what, push the 7 here? That's a pretty reasonable turn.
Practice your escape, dragon.
I expect we just go full power, and absolutely that's the play. Holding a Kobold Lackey and a Shadow Step, Base still has quite a lot of burst remaining.
Yeah, and once again, this will be. Oh, that's good. And Iron Bark's a really good job for Pasca.
Yeah, that is huge, just to get another taunt, and it's going to come down to what this minion is.
Oh, interesting.
Probably not good enough
If the
here with a
Mount
flick in
Seller-
hand.
I mean, you can make the Alex into a. Or, no, I think you make the Mount Seller into a taunt, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, given how much damage the
And
That's another taunt.
Silverback.
took.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's definitely enough for
taunts in
Pasca to stay
play.
alive here.
I think if you're based, you probably want to flick the 6-11, but I don't know if she wants to flick it yet. It seemed like she was holding it until it presented lethal.
I feel like you're.
But what do you do?
Yeah. You need to remove
I think
that thing.
this would be the time to play flick
Yeah.
and clear that Mount Seller for sure.
Yeah.
It represents 11 health and taunt, and one of the strongest minions Druid has at its disposal. She's gonna get that out of here. And
Shadow
a
Step.
Shadow Step flick for very clean clear of the other 7/7.
Is that
I think
lethal?
that actually does get there for
I
lethal.
think that's lethal. Yeah. I
Really
think that
good
is.
spot by Base. Absolutely. That would be.
That's
Oh
it?
no,
No,
sorry.
it's-
We are still off because of the other taunt. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because
Yep.
of the Silverback.
2 off.
Off by 2, but holding a
Oh my
Kobold
goodness.
Lackey in
But
hand.
a Kobold, yeah.
So we're gonna have to see hero power from Pasca to dodge the Kobold Lucky lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
I would imagine Pasca is gonna hero power here, considering what his
Even
hand is.
then, this looks like game over. I
Yeah.
don't believe there's any way to avoid getting lethaled at this point.
I mean, so what if you trade the? No, if you trade the 8/3 into the 4/4, the Wind Guardian is gonna exactly protect you, right?
Well, any damage taken means that Pasca
Yeah.
is dead to the Shoot Lackey.
Question is he gonna hero power into the
Unsure.
shoot Lucky or face?
Punch it. Punch it. You won't. You did.
Oh, he's
And
dead.
that's gonna do it.
That's it
The
right
Shoot
there.
Lackey in hand. Oh, and also picking up Trunks.
All right, it was
For lethal
was
anyway. Irrelevant discussion of what would be lethal, but very well played by Based in this game. And Pasca finding tons of power and survivability, but just not enough against that start from Based. Extremely well played, and she picks up the first win,
That was a
eliminating the
super hot
Druid
start.
with the Rogue.
yeah.
And that Moarg, it seemed like it could have been absolutely disastrous, but she managed to make it work. It did slow her down a bit, but she got there. And we're gonna see the Demon Hunter being brought against the Rogue.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Base
next
looking
up,
for some 1-drops.
Pasca queuing up that Demon Hunter. It's about a 50-50 matchup. And Pasca has Priest remaining, which traditionally has not done very well against Rogue. So I think this is the correct queue here from Pasca, but definitely on the back foot, losing the matchup that's supposed to be a favorable. Pasca with the typical lead of Pharaoh Cat, the Battle Mage to answer. Pretty standard fare for Demon Hunter versus Rogue so far. Big pickup off the top to clear this minion pretty cleanly. And looks like Base just wants to get that Lackey out right away.
I like the Twilight Drake, I think.
Interesting options. Twilight Drake might just be the best
do
for
too.
right now to have a tempo play.
It's
Alex
just
is always a
on curve, yeah.
reasonable consideration because of how much damage potential Demon Hunter presents to try to find a heal. But yeah, tempo is very good. Likely the best option that was presented there.
I think I say tempo is king, Ron.
Tempo is king.
I'd definitely save the coin here to coin out. I don't know, there's a ton of better things you can coin out than a
Yeah, interesting that Pasca
sidekick.
was considering the coin for the beaming sidekick. Seems much better used for either a Satyr coin sidekick or just hold it back and play the Satyr now. This does full clear this minion and the Reborn.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely the play that makes the most sense from
See-
Pasca.
I kind of like personally holding the coin there to be able to coin Warglaves next turn.
But there's so much that, and oh, unfortunate for
It's
Pasca
possible,
that Base
yeah.
draws the Eviscerate off the top.
Yeah.
The sidekick play was to play around, you know, backstabs, shoot lackeys that can be discovered, so many 2 damage things that Rogue can do, and unfortunately for Pasca, gets hit with an Eviscerate off the top.
And we're going to see Pasca with one of the most disgusting combos in the game. Warglaves plus Twin Slays.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's going to be coming pretty soon. Warglaves alone is good against this taunt, and this taunt doesn't even have taunt at the moment,
It does
given that
not.
Kane is on the board.
Yeah, I like that move from base there. Not attacking the stealth. There's no reason to. And if you top deck a Sage, then you get 2-card draw to find answers to this board that Pasca has presented. So I think just not attacking there was the correct move with this guy.
Interesting to
That
see
is one of the-
Pasca wants to play the Bone Chewer here instead of Warglaves, and also throwing out the Twin Slice. Are we going to see just a full face tank into the minion?
I think that looks like what we're seeing.
Kane allows it to bypass the taunt, but Pasca says, I don't care, I'm still killing the taunt. And pushes damage face. Definitely the strongest board control move that he can make, and it definitely can pay off here. Base with not a lot of great options on this turn.
Yeah, base probably flicks the Kane.
1 turn off of Galakron. That is the best tempo play that base can make in return. And as Sage pointed out, tempo is king.
At the moment,
Yes.
only 2 invokes for base.
This Warglaves is really strong
Also,
as
we-
an answer from Pasca, clearing the flick, still getting to push 4 damage
We
face.
see an Amani Berserker for Pasca.
Yeah, and this is Vicious Syndicate put out a new Demon Hunter list pretty recently
Yeah.
that runs both of these 2 ofs of Bone Chewer and Berserker, and it's been gaining popularity. It seems like a very strong list. Galakron, let's see what we find off of it. And
Whoa.
Ooh.
Hold up.
not great.
Hold up. That's a Togwaggle scheme.
Yeah, we noticed that in the last game,
Yeah.
actually, that this is main decked in base deck, which is extremely good against Priest. But is this just lethal? I haven't counted yet,
6,
but
10,
it
11.
looks like it should be
It's
enough damage.
2, 3 off. No, 13.
Yeah,
That's
it's
1
one
off.
off. 1 off lethal here. So base really kind of needed a Kronks or something that was going to be useful enough to not die. And I don't think the current hand composition is going to be enough to do it.
I do not believe so. either.
Base is going to start desperately searching for a way to avoid getting killed here. Starting with a removal, some lackey generation, finds a taunt lackey, that could help.
But of
Witchy
course,
to
we can
maybe
see.
buff this up further.
Of course, we can see the Warglaves in hand for Pasca. So
Yeah, so
gonna make a
it
difference.
doesn't even matter how big the taunt gets. But here we go, base doing the best thing she can here, which is diversify the taunts, get as many taunts as possible. This Skyvateer is going to have to unstealth,
yep.
and we're looking at 13 additional health on the board. A Warglaves does, what, 12 on its own?
Yep.
Sorry, 16 on its own. So yeah, as long as these trades are efficient, which it looks like they are, that's going to be lethal.
Yeah, I don't know too many ways to make these trades which would give you lethal.
Yeah, you'd have to just waste damage. So very well done from Pasca. Great play from Based, honestly, to stave off lots of different potentials for lethal, but Demon Hunter with so much burst damage and showing why Warglaves is such a broken card. Just enabling getting through 3 taunts with just 1 card and then pushing through for the win. That eliminates the Rogue. Now we've got the Demon Hunter, and Based, of course, with the counter Q. The Warrior was not banned, so we see Demon Hunter's hardest counter coming out here to tell Illidan to pack his bags.
To tell Odin, I am prepared, sir. Thank you very much.
Nice. Well said there, Sage.
Well, I love this matchup. It's just this is. We're gonna see the cash on 2, I would assume.
Yeah, Pasca, I thought maybe he'd be considering just going in early.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got the Og Merchant just getting a Divine Shield on this minion, trying to get as much pressure as possible, as fast as possible. One of the main ways Demon Hunter can win this matchup is just hope they don't draw Skipper and Armor Smith and get a lot of damage before they do. Based considering whether or not to use the Inner Rage. Gonna hold it for now. On the other side, just a mana burn. Pretty good play to block that Livewire Lance or Anchor that Pasca knows guaranteed Base just drew. And now Base with only 1 minute to work with on this turn probably doesn't do anything but pass. Again has the option to Inner Rage, might be compelled to do it now. And is going to elect to just remove that minion. And now, do we see
Chaos
a
Drain?
Battle Fiend get dropped
Probably.
here along with the Chaos?
We'll see the skull for Pasca here.
Skull could be big.
It could be.
In the near future. It's going to be easy to tutor that over to the side for an outcast.
Oh, that was real
But
good.
that's a big draw for Based.
Yes, it is.
Demon Hunter's main win condition is pray that the Warrior is not holding the 2 cards that Based is currently holding. In Risky Skipper and Armor Smith, which just creates some ridiculous armor combos.
That's a nice Satyr.
And yeah, it's a nice setter you've got there. It's too bad it's too dead here. Real. Ooh.
Yeah, and Pasca going in with as much damage as he can muster. This is going to be the time for Base to get the Skipper Armor Smith combo online for a full clear.
Yep.
Is going to be able to do so with the Lackey.
Armor made to fit.
That's a lot of armor gain and a lot of dead minions for Pasca's side.
Draconoid, another very nice card.
Gets to keep the other minion on board and buff some attack too. If Based happens to pick up a Battle Rage, this game could get really out of hand.
It's a very nice Twin Slice for Pasca, allowing him to take care of the Armor Smith.
Twin Slice, yeah, very useful to kill the Armor Smith, and I believe we see the Og Merchant come down to take out the Skipper. Those 2 cards are too strong to allow to survive with how well they fit in Warrior's game plan.
Interesting.
So taking the chance that Based is not holding Rampage and or doesn't want to use a Rampage, we can see she does have Rampage, which is, of course, the immediate punish for not killing the Skipper, is now that Kor'kron gets to come down, clear that Og Merchant for free, push a whole bunch more damage, and now things look pretty bleak for Pasca and his Demon Hunter.
You can't clear here.
Yeah, a second slice and a Glaive Bound Adept is a full clear.
Yep, and
goes down to 7 health.
he will have the stall next turn, which is very nice. He just has to
Based-
hope he makes it that long.
Yeah, and Base not really in any danger of losing anytime soon. Do we see the Corsair cache? Do we see the Lance? Contemplated Draconid for a moment, but knows that Cash picks up Anchor. Gonna get the Pirate draw right away. Get more Skippers maybe that you can combo with that Bomb Wrangler. And that could be enough for lethal just in and of itself. Also, the weapon just hitting sets Pasca to 1. It's gonna need a miracle off this skull.
That's not it. That's not it.
That is a taunt.
Yeah.
Not the best cards for Pasca, but
He'll be able to
potentially
stay
not dead
alive
yet.
for another turn at least.
Let's see. Base just immediately ripping the Skipper. Finds a War Maul, and that might do it. All Base needs is this bomb to hit face for any damage at all.
And
That's it.
And it does, and
That's
that's going to
lethal.
be lethal. Very well executed by Based. Obviously a favorable matchup, but played to perfection. Pasca did everything he could do as the Demon Hunter, but that's why this is a heavily unfavored matchup.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We saw exactly why. The Base had the 2 cards, and that's all she needed. That was it.
And we might be seeing this game come down to Warlock versus Warrior. We'll see, because Priest is one of Warrior's hardest counters. I believe it is the hardest counter to Warrior. And Pasca's got a Priest. So once
really
again, in
crazy
this
about
battle of counter cues,
What's really crazy about Warrior is that it's still able to beat Priest. Like, it is the hardest counter, but it's still perfectly capable of beating it.
Definitely.
yeah, and
Just
2
crazy.
of those cards, actually, that Base just mulliganed are the 2 of the most important cards to beat Priest with that Grom Inner Rage combo. You definitely don't want to be holding it all game, but if she picks it up at the right time, that can send 12 damage face on turn 8.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to see a lot of passing here in the early game. Probably
Yeah.
just play a Battle Rage for no reason. Yeah, sounds good.
Decent consideration here for Base. Like, would you ever push the button? Probably better to just try to take damage, activate that Battle Rage.
It's going to be a 110, and things could be very interesting if we see a Rampage draw here for Base. As we see the Inner Rage in hand.
Definitely,
That's true.
but we see Pasca is going with what looks like to be an even harder counter with some of the Res Priest
Where's the
cards
cash?
being run instead of the Galakron Priest cards.
Probably
And yeah,
go
Base
Corkron
just looking to
and
press
just push
damage.
Yeah.
Got the opportunity now. Forced Pasca to deal with the board. And
I mean,
Pasca
that's just
does have the
penance,
answers.
but
Imagine we see the penance here.
yeah. Yeah, and it's an easy thing. I think Base probably maybe push the second Corkron. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think you go cash into weapon. Yeah, okay. Base agrees.
Yeah, with an on-curve cash into Lance or Anchor play. Probably was hoping for the Anchor just to draw some of those pirates. But Lance is also good. Lackeys can really do some nonsense. And
Ooh.
Pasca, almost certainly a Resurrect Priest here. I think it's all but 100% that this is a Res Priest, coining out the Cartoon Defender.
Definitely nice for Base to be
real
able to
headache
punch
for
in
the
and get
Warrior.
some damage taken. So that way Base can activate the Battle Rages. Was holding off on pressing hero power in order to do that.
Absolutely, and now, yeah, just gonna play the Corkron Elite here for more pressure now.
Could even lackey it, but I think that's kind of overkill. Nope. That's not bad.
Well, also knowing that Priest doesn't have a whole lot that they can do right now as far as board clears. The board clears come later, so Based wanting to get a big board now because there are Plague of Deaths that will be incoming soon.
That's a very nice draw for Base.
Yeah, and what a draw from Pasca too with the Psychopomp
Yes.
to just get another Cartoot in the way. This is going to be a real headache for Based here. This might be the card draw turn.
A conundrum.
Gonna make the Blood Boil Brute one cheaper in order to have the mana to cast the Battle Rage. Gonna draw 3 cards here, see what she finds.
Ooh.
It's a Rampage and an Ankar. Those are good cards.
Oh yeah.
And Base still pushing that damage where she can find it. Another Penance.
2
more
more
clears,
turns
more
until
healing.
the Plague of Death.
And yeah, the biggest threat right now is the Brute on the board. Pasca's going to respect it, clear it completely, leave 6 damage on the board, heal up to 29. Not really in any hurry right now, and with the Mass Reses in hand, the Plague of Deaths in hand, it's going to take some very careful play from Based to navigate the big clears from Pasca and still try to squeeze in the damage where she can find it. To that end, a Sky Raider can be pretty useful to just generate some extra value and get some more board presence. Or is she maybe considering holding it for a Skipper Armorsmith combo? No,
The
she's going to put
Skyrider
it
comes
down.
down, and it's Scaveteer.
Sure.
Not too bad.
I was thinking a Rampage would have been a nice option. Well,
It would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vargoth
Vargoth.
and a Grave
Okay.
Rune. That has a
is just
strong
Plague
chance
of
of
Deathing.
casting on
Yeah.
one of
Wait.
Oh
one
my
of the
god.
other.
Oh, no.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Oh.
Wait, hold. Oh my god, how much damage
Wow.
is this?
How much damage is that?
12.
That was a
12,
1 in 6.
17, 18, 19,
Is that
20,
just
21,
lethal?
22, 23. That is lethal for base. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
What a massive pickup with the Grom, and we can see Pasca holding all of the cards he needed 1 turn off.
That
Just an
crazy.
incredible, and like we talked about at the start of this match, Grom Inner Rage, the exact combo of cards that you need to beat the Priest. It came at exactly the right time, and Based with a thrilling win.
Wow.
In
Wow.
2 unfavored victories in Rogue beating Druid and Warrior beating Priest. Exceptionally well played throughout.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Base.
Definitely have to feel bad for Pasca there. That feels really bad to lose in that fashion.
Wow. Somebody get Based in here. Based, where are you?
Alright, I'm working on it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think most of us are pretty speechless after that one. That was pretty unreal.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? Just she played her outs to perfection. You know, she knew the matchup well and was structuring the turns, you know, in the appropriate way to just keep trying to squeeze in all the pressure that she possibly could at the right times, and fortunately drew that card. Hey, Base, congratulations! What a series!
What the hell was that? That was ridiculous.
Oh, the Grom top deck before I'm sure Mass Res was about to shut me out of the game.
Yeah, two
Yeah,
Mass Res, 2 Plague of Death in hand for Pasca,
Oh my gosh.
and dead on turn 8 right before his 4 9-mana cards in hand could be cast. Dead to a top deck. You know, I'm sure it doesn't feel great on his side, but in fairness to you, you played to your outs exceptionally well. You squeezed in all the damage possible in an unfavorable matchup, and sometimes that pays off when you draw exactly the right card at the right time.
Yeah, that one was very lucky. Yeah, I knew that matchup was just going to be me racing to try and put myself in a position before turn 9 before I just could not win the game anymore.
I was
But,
honestly kind of excited to
yeah.
see a Warlock versus Priest, but I mean, I'm sure you'll take that happily with the 3-1 there.
Yeah, I mean, like Pasca played super well. You know, Pasca always brings some super awesome decks. You know, I was really excited to see the big Druid.
Yeah, I was interested to hear your thoughts when you saw that strength in numbers being played on turn 1. Did you have a bit of a surprise there? Were you anticipating that at all?
No, yeah, I was pretty surprised by that. You know, unfortunately, he didn't hit the ramp on the Breath of Dreams. I think that might have changed the entire game if he did.
Although
Um,
the Moarg definitely was not a great outcome for you on that lackey.
Moarg,
yeah,
that Moarg. Oh my god.
so I considered stepping the 3-2 just to not roll Moarg or Doomsayer.
Or yeah,
But,
Doomsayer,
yeah,
something just
I was
disastrous.
Yeah, but like, it worked out pretty well for him
It
on those
did.
couple turns, but it then let me clear his scrap yard Colossus, I believe is the name. Like with or I was able to use Seal Fate for 6, which is
Right.
huge, and I think help balance it out. But yeah, the roll wasn't that bad. I think if I had rolled Doomsayer, that would have been a game over though. So I really think that stepping the 3-2 might have been the play. Or
I
even
mean,
just the
it's
time
easy
is just
to
actually
say it in hindsight. It's really hard to know for sure like what you're exactly supposed to
yeah.
step there, but I think you had it plotted out well. And generally, Faceless Lackey gives you good 2-drops or at least just average things. All you really want is to charge up the questing.
Yeah.
That's like your main way to win. So I thought you did it perfectly well. Had a little bit of a low roll and got punished by it, but then proceeded to just kind of pressure all the way through. That was impressive to see the rogue knock out the druid in the first of your 2 unfavorable victories that you won on the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
That was really crazy. You played super well.
Oh, thank you.
And you
Surprisingly,
got pretty freaking lucky too. I mean,
oh yeah, I did. I mean, like I think any match that doesn't go to game 5 normally includes like a solid amount of luck on one of the player parts. Like especially like at this point, like that should have been game 5, but I had unquestionably better draws, I think. Yeah, like that Grom was disgusting. I started with Galakron in hand. No, I didn't. I did a full keep in that Rogue versus Druid.
Yeah,
Like,
you had
a
exactly the
crazy good
start
opening
that
hand.
you wanted against the druid. That's definitely one of the ways you win that unfavorable.
mhm.
And honestly, we were calling it before it was over, until he pulled that scrapyard off of the strengthen numbers, because you had lethal already with the flick through that. That first taunt, but then the other one came down. But having a fully invoked Galakron, you just had all the gas, and it was all Pasca could do to keep his head above water in that game 1.
Yeah. I did consider trading off my board a little bit. Like if Pasca's hand, his 3 cards were Malygos, Moonfire, Moonfire, I was I believe dead. I believe he could um go face with actually it probably didn't matter because then
Is that
he
a
would have had
common
to burn up
inclusion?
I yes. I actually
In
so I
a
have
big druid, it actually is like a Mali and
I
Moonfires
yeah.
that you see.
I've seen it like I've played that matchup a couple times on ladder when I was laddering with Rogue, and I have seen the Malygos come down. The other thing was I was really worried about when the Moarg was up. There was a swipe in hand. I was like, well, goodbye board. I thought about swinging with the
Oh
Spy
Right.
Mistress, but
Yeah.
I felt like if the swipe came down, I lost no matter what. So I might as well hold it for the Greyheart, and like if I at that point I'm already out of the game. But if I get
Yeah.
to activate the Greyheart, I get to push my advantage further.
Yeah, but one of the downsides of that big druid, of course, is just Pasca was holding a whole lot of big stuff and didn't have any ramp. So
Yeah,
sometimes that just happens. It's one of the risks of playing it, and you were able to get the win there. I loved seeing the counter cues just play out so well there on both sides. I thought both of you did an excellent job back and forth. Pasca had some great plays there, and
You say
Demon
that,
Hunter taking out
except the
Rogue.
unfavoreds went and based the favor somehow. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, like the first one,
Like
it's always
they
hard to
picked the
predict what the
counters.
lead is,
Yes,
right?
they picked the counters to a T. But just the way they played into the matchup, the way you played into the matchup space. Oh my goodness! Like that was ridiculous. How did How? I still don't know what I just watched.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
there's a reason she is sitting here at 9-1. You know, it was a really impressively played match, I thought, from both
Oh
sides.
yes.
And you know, that's also what happens, right? When you're really good and you got a little bit of luck go your way too. I was certain we were going to see a game 5 based on Pasca's hand that he was holding and how the Vargoth hit itself with a 1 in 6. And as
Yeah.
we're all like freaking out about the 1 in 6, we're like, whoa, hold on. Oh my God, that's Grom. This,
Yeah.
just incredible.
Yeah, the 1-6 was pretty wild. I went and looked and I made sure that it didn't say friendly for a second because I was like, wait. But yeah, that I like definitely the Grom top deck was way more lucky than that. You know, like that's a 1 in 6 compared to the I think 1 in 20. No, it was like 15 for me to top deck Grom if I remember. I actually
I didn't have
no
an
idea.
exact count on your cards left in deck, but it wasn't very likely. We're actually right now just getting to the point on stream where you draw it, I think, too.
Yeah.
But did you have anything in particular that jumped out to you about the matches? Anything to comment on? Shout outs? Anything at all like that?
I considered bringing a class, and I last minute talked myself out of it, but I wish I had.
Did the class start with S? Because we can warn you that it might not be the one to bring.
Yeah. What was the class? What was it? I want to know.
It might have been starting with an S.
That's fantastic.
No face. No.
I love Shaman. I want to play it again so badly.
Rip Shaman until the next
what
expansion.
Deck would you have brought? If it was Shaman, what deck would you have brought?
I mean, I don't want to just share that info out.
Okay.
I play Burninators next week. That's you.
Oh, hey. Sage trying to get a little inside info right beforehand. I mean, by all means, Space, you know, you're 9-1. Just bring Shaman. It can't hurt
my
you,
legacy
right?
team. I want to bring some Shaman. Let's bring some
I think maybe not because we're in playoff stage, but yeah, Ghost actually helped me practice a Shaman deck last night.
Nice.
Just in case. But I got cold feet.
We are getting
these classes paid off. I mean, in fairness, if you had brought Shaman, you probably would have queued exactly the same way, and Shaman would have been that class waiting to play, just like Warlock was. So we just would have collectively been like, oh man, we don't even get to see Shaman. But yeah, it just definitely was well played throughout and paid off.
And I mean, I don't know if it would have been so much. We would have said we didn't get to see Shaman. I think the consensus would be Shaman lineups won 100%.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it's not too late. Submissions tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone, go ahead and bring Shaman.
Yeah.
New meta. You heard it here from Based, who did not bring Shaman.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody out there, bring Shaman. It's really good. We
bring
promise.
Shaman. I've never brought Shaman in any series this season other than Wild. Also, don't ban Warrior. There was no tweet about me banning Warrior over the weekend. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, huge shout out to Pasca, like 8-1 in Legacy, and then 8-2 in Hero now. Like that's insane. Like
yeah, that's crazy good.
I'm pretty sure that Pasca is 1 or 2, maybe 3 on the crossover player sheet right now. Like that.
Yeah, he's definitely extremely high up there. As are you. I think
but
right now
A2, right? It's
A2's up there.
In A2.
Heat Shock's up there, Ridiculous Hat's up there. Like I'm pretty sure I'm falling down, but yeah, I think right now it's like Heat Shock and Pasca.
Right now, Heat Shock is number 1 in crossover. Pasca is 2. Our Hat is 3. Based is 4, and A2 is 5.
Yeah, like all those players are just crushing it.
But I believe that doesn't take into account the match that you just played against Pasca, which might jump you up a spot or 2. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Like I haven't been playing as strongly as I had at the beginning of the season. Like it's definitely regressing back to the mean. But yeah, like Heat Shock and Pasca, I have a feeling it's going to come down to one of those two for the crossover player.
Yeah, very, very strong players, both of them. So I think that should just about wrap it up for us. I want to thank you so much for joining us, Based. We were super hyped to see this match get played, and despite not going to a Game 5, it did not disappoint. I thought both of you played extremely well, queued extremely well, and congratulations to you and your team, and good luck going forward as you, I'm sure, inevitably make playoffs and have a strong run.
Don't curse us.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you all for hosting.
I said earlier on Saloon that you guys could sit on your hands for 2 weeks and you'd still make it, and I stand by that statement.
No, if that's true, you just want us to sit on our hands next week.
No. That's not what I want at all. All right, I want to go into next week and maybe win, sure, but you know what? Don't do that. Not for me. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't deserve it.
You want me to focus on legacy? I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I need that 4th ring. All right.
Strong words from the legacy captain.
Yeah, but anyways, Base, thanks again for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
So much
thank
for
you all.
being,
Saloon hype.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a blast. Take care, Base.
All right, later.
See you, Base. All right, so very quickly before we sign off, I would like to do a quick shout out for all of our other shows. Of course, tomorrow night we have Heart Center with Donde, Lotus Knight, and Mako. Thursday we have Tavern Talk with, Ron, who's on Tavern Talk this week. I can't keep track anymore.
Myanodon is actually going to be on Tavern Talk.
Okay.
Maybe I'm taking a step back because I'm sad about Stubbs, or
yeah, that's fair.
No, but honestly, it was already played, so we're excited to see him take over.
Yeah. So what is it going to be?
His triumphant second return.
To Sharmo, Myanodon, and Travis.
JR. Travis hasn't been on the show.
Oh, JR, you're right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just reading off of the stuff in the Discord.
Yeah,
right.
The old template,
and then,
you're good.
Yeah. Friday, we have Friday Night Fights with Saku and his gang of misfits. Saturday, we have Saturday Showdown with Donde and whoever Donde manages to get this week. Sunday, again, Saku and his gang of misfits. We'll also have Schoolstone at some point this weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday. For exact times for all those matches and for the matches themselves, make sure you keep your eyes posted on the content channel in the THL Discord. That brings us back to Monday, where we will have Wild and Out with Mike V, Marty Bardeur, and Lefty. And of course, that'll be their championship episode. We'll see who ends up winning the Wild season.
Yeah, we're right in that home stretch, so that's going to be exciting. Right now, it's between Wild THL Fanatics and Hattleship.
Yes.
Yeah, go Wild THL Fanatics. Go WTF. Come on, guys. You can do it. I believe in these things. Like, the Hattleship has been crazy all season, but Wild THL Fanatics, I'm in their Discord. I'm watching how they operate, and they really do. They've got the chops, all right? I've seen teams like this. I've captained teams like this. They have it. It's in their blood. They can definitely get it. Do not underestimate them.
I would just like to say the views expressed by Sage are not the views of the saloon. and after that we'll be right back to Saloon on Tuesday with myself, Sage, Ron, and we have a very exciting guest next week. Should I spill the beans, or should we keep it?
We gotta build the hype.
Yeah,
we'll keep it a secret. For
now. I like it. Well, make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the Discord for some point this weekend when we'll say who the guest is. But let's just say I am very excited for this one.
Oh yeah, it should be great.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
This is gonna be a really fun saloon coming up.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the home stretch of the season too, like the final few weeks.
Yeah.
Right. I love it.
But anyways,
yeah, this has been a great season.
I think it's about time to sign off. I've been Ted.
Yeah, yes. I'm Sage.
And I'm Ron Mexico.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for Heart Center.
Night.